All right, let me take y'all inside what's going down at Browns camp right now because honestly, it's wild. Shedeur Sanders is dominating the Browns quarterback battle, and I'm telling you straight up, this is not what Dillon Gabriel expected. Not even close, because this whole thing, it's flipped completely upside down. We're talking about a fifth-round rookie here. Fifth round, pick 144. And this dude's walking into camp with 4,134 passing yards last season and acting like he's been in the league for 5 years. He's making throws that are already getting whispered about like NFL camp mythology. And Dillon Gabriel, he looks like he's scrambling, not on the field but mentally. Now think about this. The Browns drafted Gabriel in the 3rd round, 94th overall. That's a spot you reserve for a guy you believe is polished, safe, dependable. You think you're getting this veteran college quarterback with nearly 19,000 passing yards and over 60 starts under his belt. A guy who's seen everything, been through it. That's what they thought they were getting with Gabriel. But now, it's looking more like they drafted a statue. Because in this league, especially in today's NFL, safe doesn't win games. Firepower does. Creativity does. Swagger does. And that's exactly what Shadur is bringing to this quarterback room. The kind of energy that you don't expect from a rookie, especially one taken 2 rounds later. And yet here we are. Let's talk numbers for a second, because they matter. In 2024, Shedeur Sanders put up 4,134 passing yards. That made him 4th in the nation. Gabriel came in at 3,157 yards. Not bad at all, actually pretty impressive, ranked 8th. But when you go deeper, it starts to tilt. Touchdowns, Sanders had 37, Gabriel had 30. Picks, Gabriel had fewer, only 6, compared to Shedeur's 10. But that's where the edge ends. Because you know what really separates quarterbacks in today's game? Big-time throws, the ones that matter, the ones that break games open. Sanders had 26 of those last year. That's top 10 in the country. Gabriel, he had 15. That put him all the way down at 56th. That's not just a gap, that's a full-on canyon. That tells me everything I need to know. One of these guys is attacking defenses. The other, he's just surviving them. And look, some people try to prop up Gabriel's QBR. 86.5, right? One of the best in the country. But you know what QBR rewards? Checkdowns, short reads, playing it safe, basically not screwing up. That's cool if you're trying not to lose, but that doesn't win games. Not in the AFC, not in this era. Meanwhile, Shadur, he led all FBS quarterbacks in completion. Percentage, 74%. Gabriel was second at 72.9%. But second doesn't mean anything when the guy ahead of you was drafted after you and is already outperforming you on every level. Now here's the stat that really blew me away. Throws under pressure. Sanders does take more sacks. His pressure-to-sack rate is 20.1%, which is definitely high. But the guy is trying to make something happen. He's going down swinging. Gabriel, his sack rate is lower at 13.9%. But what's he doing with that time? Dinking, dunking, waiting. Hoping someone else makes the play. That's not leadership, that's not confidence. That's just passively hoping something works out. And yeah, Shadur did get caught speeding over 100 mph recently. Not ideal, let's be honest. But let's not act like off-field decisions are why he's trending right now. He's trending because he's cooking. And Gabriel, he's getting roasted. Day after day, rep after rep. This camp was supposed to be competitive. A healthy battle between 2 promising rookies. Instead, it's been one highlight after another for Shedeur and one head-scratcher after another for Gabriel. And insiders aren't even trying to play nice anymore. I read one report that said, it's not close, Shedeur is dominating, not keeping up, not hanging in. Dominating. That's the word they used. And I believe it. There's already a throw from Sanders making the rounds. Tight coverage, linebacker in trail, receiver being pressed, and Shadur drops a corner route into the back. Pylon like he's decorating a tree. The touch? Perfect. The timing? Surgical. The reaction? The whole sideline leaned in like, did we just see that? That's NFL stuff. That's pro-ready stuff. Meanwhile, let's talk about what Gabriel's doing. Look, I'll give him credit. He had a prolific college career. The stats are real. But when you dig into the context, the system he played in, his size, his lack of elite traits, it starts to unravel. And that unraveling is happening in real time. His passes are getting batted at the line, so now he's trying to throw higher. But in doing that, he's losing control. The ball's sailing. One rep turned into a pick six, not tipped, not almost intercepted, but a straight-up gift-wrapped turnover. You can see it on his face, in his body language. Gabriel's trying to fix his mechanics mid-rep, second-guessing every throw, hesitating. That's not how quarterbacks thrive. That's how they collapse. Now, if you're still with me, hit that subscribe button because I've got to break down something behind the scenes that's just wild. There's real tension between the coaching staff and Jimmy Haslam. The staff, they liked Shadur. They saw the upside. Haslam? He wanted Shedeur bad. Like, real bad. So bad that the staff got nervous and tried to block him. That's right. They reached for Gabriel at pick 94. Not because they loved him, but because they wanted to keep ownership from forcing Shedeur at 144. I mean, that's madness. That's not scouting. That's not strategy. That's politics. Draft day chess. And guess what? The only guy playing like a grandmaster right now is Shadur. And the irony is brutal. The quarterback they tried to avoid, he's the one making everyone else in that room look silly. Honestly, I'd be stunned if either rookie started before week 6 or 7. But right now, Gabriel looks like he's just trying to stay afloat. And Shadur, he's out there running the show. There's a shift happening inside that Browns facility, and it's coming from a 22-year-old rookie. Shedur's not just taking over the quarterback room, he's taking over the vibe, he's cracking jokes. Getting even Joe Flacco to laugh, yes, that Joe Flacco. The most stoic man in football history. When Flacco's smiling, something's different. You talk to people inside the building, and they'll tell you, Shedeur is the glue guy, the locker room guy, the confidence guy, and that stuff matters. A lot more than people realize. When a quarterback has that presence, that leadership, even without the official title, you can feel it. And the team? They're responding. The fans? Oh, they're already invested. Social media's buzzing. Forums are lit. Browns fans want to believe in this kid. Meanwhile, Gabriel? The opposite. He's not generating buzz. He's not moving the needle. He looks like he's trying to survive, not compete. The locker room feels that too. That stuff spreads. Right now, the depth chart technically has Flacco and Pickett above both rookies. But if you've been watching mini-camp, you know there's only one name that matters. It's not Gabriel. It's not Pickett. It's Shedeur. So now the Browns are staring down a real decision. Do they ride with the veteran who knows how to manage a game? Do they try to patch things up with Gabriel, the guy they reached for in panic? Or do they give the kid with the energy, the leadership, the numbers, and the fan base behind him a real shot? Stick around, because this quarterback circus in Cleveland, it's only just getting started. And Shedeur Sanders, he's not just auditioning anymore. He might already be the guy. So if you're a real Browns fan like I am, if you live and breathe this team, make sure you drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to break down might just change how you see the quarterback situation in Cleveland this year. So, Deshaun Watson, because honestly, no one saw this coming. I know we're used to headlines about Watson involving injury reports or contract breakdowns or whether or not he's living up to that massive $230 million fully guaranteed deal. But this time, it's different. This time, the headline is all about love. Yep. Deshaun Watson just got married. The man tied the knot with Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Jill Aeneas, and the way he broke the news? Classic Deshaun. He dropped a sleek Instagram post showing off their wedding bands and even had the wedding date, July 3rd, 2025, stitched right into his shirt. Real sharp look. Real Deshaun move. But let's not get too swept away by the romance, because while Watson's off the field enjoying newlywed life, we've still got to talk about what's happening on the gridiron. And if we're being honest here, Watson's time in Cleveland hasn't been anything close to what we hoped for. Since joining the Browns in 2022, he's only played 19 games. Just 19. And in those games, he's put up a 61.2% completion rate. A little over 3,300 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. For the kind of money the Browns gave him and for what we sacrificed to bring him in, that's not even close to the return we expected. And injuries? Don't even get me started. He tore his Achilles in Week 7 last year, and just when it seemed like he was on the mend, boom, he re-tore it during recovery. I mean, come on, that's just a brutal sequence for any athlete, let alone your franchise quarterback. And now? The Browns aren't even planning on having him available this season. It's not confirmed, but all signs point to Deshaun spending most, if not all, of 2025 on the sidelines. So now what? Well, that brings us to the quarterback room. And let me tell you, it's about as wide open as it gets. We've got Joe Flacco back, we brought in Kenny Pickett, and then we've got the two young guns, Dillon Gabriel and Shadur Sanders. And I'm going to be real with you guys. If one of those rookies catches fire in training camp, this whole competition could get flipped on its head. There is a real opportunity here for someone unexpected to take the reins. But before I get to Shedeur, and trust me, we will, let's circle back to Watson for a moment. Because while he may be off the field, he's still making noise. He recently came out and addressed the haters, the doubters, the people who say he'll never be the same again. He said, "Everyone's doubting me. They don't think I can get back to where I was. But I believe in myself. The peace I've found these past few months, I know I'm going to be better than ever." Now, I respect that. I really do. I respect any man who's been through what he's been through physically and mentally and still stands tall, still believes in the comeback. But the question is, will it happen? Can he back up the belief with results? Because this is Cleveland. This is a team and a city that's tired of hearing about potential. We want results. And that's exactly where Shedeur Sanders enters the picture. Look, Shedeur didn't get the fairy tale draft experience. He didn't go top 10 like some people. Thought he might earlier in the year. In fact, he didn't go day 1 or day 2. He slid all the way down to pick 144 in the 5th round. The Browns scooped him up, and honestly, that pick might turn out to be a steal. A huge one. I mean, the guy went from being the most hyped quarterback in college football to practically getting passed over. It was shocking. But here's the thing. He's not the only one who's been through that. Just ask Spencer Rattler. The Saints picked him at 150 just a year before. And when he went on the Rich Eisen show, he shared something that really stuck with me. He said, "It's not about where your NFL journey starts. It's what you make of it." And then he gave Shadur some serious props, called him smart, grounded, said he's the kind of guy who's built to handle this league. And you know what? He's right. Because that draft slide, it's fuel. When Rattler was asked if dropping that far gave him a chip on his shoulder, he didn't even hesitate. "You could say so," he said, "and you better believe Shedeur feels the same way. That chip, it's real. You can see it in the way he throws, in the way he carries himself. This kid didn't come to Cleveland just to ride the bench, and right now, he's proving it. In rookie minicamp and OTA practices, Shadur has been quietly lighting it up. I'm talking best completion percentage among all QBs on the roster. Most touchdowns, most consistent play. And yeah, he's made a few mistakes here and there. It's still early. But the overall impression? It's undeniable. This guy is not your average 5th-round rookie. He's out there like someone who knows he belongs. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Browns haven't named a starter, and the coaching staff is being tight-lipped about who's going to get the real reps when preseason rolls around. But I'll tell you this. If Flacco or Pickett start to struggle, and Shadur keeps stacking good days, the noise is going to get louder. The fans are already rallying behind him. The media is starting to circle. And if he ends up winning that, job. If he takes the field week 1, people are going to look back and wonder how in the world he dropped to day 3 in the first place. At the end of the day, here's how I see it. Deshaun Watson is living off of what he once was, clinging to the hope that he can return to form. But Shedeur Sanders? He's not waiting for anything. He's trying to seize the moment, right here, right now. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm here for it. Because as Browns fans, we're done hoping. We're done dreaming. We want action. We want wins. And we want a quarterback who plays like he's got everything to prove, because that's what it takes to lead this team. So if you're with me, if you want to see how this QB battle plays out, and you don't want to miss a second of what's happening in Berea, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We've got a wild season ahead, and I'll be right here bringing you all the updates, all the analysis, and every twist in the story. Thanks for watching, and see you next one.